Welcome back, gamers. We have a great video for you today. This will be the first in the series, but we're going to go through every single rank tier and show you exactly why you're still in it. And for you, we're going to teach you how to get out of it. So don't worry, we're going to release these every week for the next 5 weeks, all the way to our Diamond and Masters. So to walk you through what we did, we played with some of our subscribers and we just did solo queue in the bronze to silver and found out exactly the top 10 tips of what is holding you back from joining that rank. So today we take you from bronze to silver. Now don't forget, stay tuned to the end of the video. We want to make sure that you can check the box on all 10 of these tips. If you've not been able to excel at them, by the end of this video, you know what to work on. The first one we have up is legend knowledge. What I see here too often is people switching legend after legend after legend. While I understand you most likely want to have a variety in the gameplay, you don't have the time to learn that legend that quickly. I would say in particular, and you compare those to the videos we've played of learning these legends, 100 games is a good spot to be in. Now, if you absolutely do not like a meta legend, I understand it. However, most of the games you lose in these ranks have nothing to do with the legend you're playing, but it does have to do with your inability to execute that legend. My recommendation through this rank is you stick to one legend and you stick to, for the most part, a meta type legend that is specific for you. We have plenty of legend reviews on our channel to find your main, whichever you may want it to be, whether it's the aggressor, whether it's the control legend, or whether it is the passive one. Pick the legend, stick to the legend, understand and learn them. However, quit switching legends every game because you're not dying because of it. Next one up is you're too reliant on the guns and the attachments you need to fight. This game is getting quicker. There are more people playing it. You cannot always get your ideal loadout. So what you need to work on every day is pick a specific gun in the firing range, learn its recoil patterns, learn it with and without attachments. However, you need to improve on not needing a specific loadout. You want to be the first to the next fight, not the last. So spend time understanding that you have to be able to play with every gun comfortably. Next up, we got Arms Weak. If you need to Google what this reference is, then do it. However, let me walk you through what I mean by your arms are weak. I notice very quickly with playing with new people that they get very nervous on either dropping con with somebody or taking a third-party fight. The reason being is they do not have enough experience fighting these. They get very nervous, and just like in anything else, people will tend to have worse aim and worse decision making. In reality, while following all these tips, the number one, if you get more comfortable taking fights that are uncomfortable, you will overall improve your rank by the end of the season. And we're not going to even go into the potential when you're in a 1v1 or a 2v1. I have seen this look like a nightmare at people. And while the answer's not that difficult, however, learning it is, you have to take more fights very quickly. You're not losing a lot of points in bronze to begin with. However, by learning how to do this more frequently, learning exactly where to land to get a gun, you're going to put yourself in a position to start the game off with better KP. And at that point, you should also be leveling up your shield to make you stronger for the next fight. This is a number one hurdle that you have to improve on your own. So what I would do is just drop in solo and trios and just try to stay alive. Make sure you start feeling more comfortable when you need to take a fight. This one should not be that hard to understand, but your team comms are terrible. And what I mean by that is 90% of people do not have any comms. I understand why people may not want to speak. However, there's still a pinging system and there's still other ways to communicate with your team. You're just not doing it. I know it's 2024. You should have a working microphone. Maybe you don't have the voice. It squeaks a little bit too much, Ems, and I don't want to be on the mic. Well, listen, that's fine, but you'd be able to ping where you're going. The pinging system is not that bad. You should be able to utilize it to your advantage. However, you have to improve on your communication skills. Remember, we're teaching you how to win more games without anybody's help. You are going to be the difference maker, so you've got to improve your comms one way or the other. Even if that means typing, I just want to see that you're alive and breathing and you're not a robot. We started this channel 6 months ago just to help people improve and get the competitive integrity back into Apex Legends. So it's fair to say you've watched it and you've not hit that like and subscribe button. And you know what that does? That really stinks because I'm only here for you. So share this with a buddy, like and comment, drop anything in there of what you're looking for, and we are going to help improve you. And not to mention, every time we stream, we are always playing with our viewers. So you let me know, we're going to help you out. This is less of a tip, but this is more than likely why you're still stuck in this rank is your game time. Now I understand people like to have variety in their life, and I get it. However, You got to understand that there are most people that are dedicated to one genre at a time, and they spend a lot of time learning as much about the game as they can and improving their game knowledge and game sense. So no, I'm not telling you to quit playing Barbie's Dreamlight Valley. What I'm telling you is if you want to improve, you need to dedicate a little bit more time to this, because you're not always going to win, but you are going to improve. Again, another quick one, but 90% of you have terrible aim. What I mean, and I'm not just talking about when you drop hot and you get nervous, some of you just have some aim that is atrocious. And that's not me being mean. Like I said, you have to dedicate to the craft if you want to rank up and you want to do it quickly. So all you need to do is get yourself in the firing range and get yourself more comfortable no matter what gun you have and what situation you're in. If you're not warming up and you're just jumping into rank, you're throwing yourself out there all willy-nilly. Imagine getting out of the shower butt naked and then you go to a party. Well, you're still wet, bud. You need to dry off. Same thing being said, get in the firing range and get your aim hot. Next up, settings. Your settings, some of them are just terrible. While I play through this rank, several people have an open mic where I can hear the dialogue is set to 100. But Ems, I want to know when someone pings a gold mag. Yeah, well, guess what? You got to pay better attention. You don't need anything up except for the game sound itself. If you feel you need to have dialogue up a little bit, go for it. I've never used it, don't need to use it, and I have done just fine. You can hop over to the channel. We have an M&K one that is great for you. We have played on mouse and keyboard for a total of 20 years. We have the best settings. No, your buddy doesn't. I do. If you're on a controller, I've been told you can just put that thing in the microwave and it'll automatically update. But no, seriously, you can find someone on YouTube that has a controller settings for you. Next up, map awareness. This really just comes down to you potentially not playing the game enough and understanding where to go, where to drop, where to rotate. But I've also noticed these people have no real understanding where people could be coming from, where people are, and even the sounds of where shots are coming from and where to rotate. This ties a little bit back into the remove the dialogue so you can hear more of what's going on in the game. However, we just don't have people paying enough attention to what's going on in the map itself. We told you to start the video to wait to the end because this one's the most important part. It's game sense. There's not a lot of game sense in the bronze to silver ranking. What I mean by that is most people do not know what decisions to make and when to make them. And you'll hear a lot of people talk about game sense, but no one really has a secure answer. I do have it for you. And that is just simply playing the game more and understanding which decisions you made that resulted in big wins and which decisions you made resulted in a loss. This can mean rotating late. This can mean taking the wrong fight. There's nothing wrong with understanding some fights you just don't need to take and you need to move on and take those fights later. While playing with people in this rank, I will see them avoid fights that they should win, and then I'll simply see them try to take fights they didn't need to take. I see people getting down from a huge distance and then not rezzing quick enough. I've also seen people get down instantly with 3 people in front of them and try to res right in front of people. So the real reason that you need to improve your game sense is because those decisions result in very big wins. If you lose a team fight in top 20, you go back to the lobby. If you win that team fight and you put yourself in a position to get 5, 6 more kills, well, you now have a plus 300 versus a back to the lobby, boys. So listen, thank you so much for watching this video. This channel is really just dedicated to helping you, so you are more than welcome to drop any comments. We respond to every single one of them, and yes, we can play anytime you want. Just stop by the channel. Thank you again. We'll see you back here next Sunday.